On the night of September 7th, into the early hours of September 8th, 2025, the world will witness one of the longest total lunar eclipses of this century. For a full 82 minutes, the moon will slip entirely into Earth's shadow and glow with an eerie, otherworldly red. Astronomers call it a blood moon, and for those who get to see it, it will be one of the most dramatic sights nature can offer. Before we explore the science, the history, and even the myths surrounding this event, take a second to subscribe to the channel. We bring you the strangest, most fascinating wonders of Earth and the cosmos. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's next. So let's start at the beginning. What is actually happening during a lunar eclipse? The moon orbits Earth, and every once in a while, the sun, Earth, and moon line up perfectly. Earth moves directly between the sun and the moon, casting a shadow across our nearest celestial neighbor. The outer shadow, called the penumbra, just dims the moon slightly. But the inner, darkest part, the umbra, is what turns the moon red. Instead of cutting off sunlight completely, Earth's atmosphere bends and scatters it, filtering out the blue light and letting only the reddish hues slip through. That bent, sunset-colored light is what bathes the moon. In other words, when you look at a blood moon, you're not just looking at the moon. You're seeing Earth's atmosphere in action. Imagine every sunrise and every sunset happening at once, wrapping around Earth's edge and all that reddish light being projected onto the moon. It's poetic and scientific at the same time. This September's eclipse is special for two reasons: its length and its reach. The totality phase, where the moon is fully red, lasts 82 minutes. That's unusually long. The geometry is nearly perfect. The moon will pass through the deepest central part of Earth's shadow, which is why the event stretches on for so long. And best of all, it's widely visible. Billions of people across Europe, Africa, Asia, and the Americas will be able to step outside and witness the spectacle with nothing more than their own eyes. And that's another beautiful thing about lunar eclipses. Unlike solar eclipses, they're completely safe to watch. You don't need protective glasses or complicated gear. You just need a clear sky and a bit of patience. If you have binoculars or a telescope, the view is even more dramatic. You'll see the moon, craters and ridges glowing in shades of rust and crimson. Throughout history, such a sight wasn't just beautiful, it was terrifying. Ancient people had no way of knowing why the moon suddenly changed color. The Incas believed a blood moon meant a jaguar was attacking the moon. They would shout, shake their weapons, and make noise to scare it away. In Mesopotamia, eclipses were seen as omens of danger for kings. Sometimes they even placed a substitute king on the throne during an eclipse, so the bad omen would fall on him instead. And in medieval Europe, a red moon was tied to prophecies of war, famine, or plague. For ordinary people with no science to explain it, the sight of a blood-red moon was nothing short of supernatural. Even today, eclipses hold cultural meaning. In some traditions, people fast, pray, or perform rituals. Astrologers see them as moments of transformation or upheaval. And of course, modern internet culture never misses a chance to link blood moons with apocalyptic theories. The science is solid, but the stories we tell about them are just as powerful. From a scientific perspective, though, eclipses are more than a spectacle. They're opportunities to study Earth itself. By analyzing the light filtering through our atmosphere, scientists can learn about its composition. For example, after major volcanic eruptions, eclipses often appear darker and more brownish than usual because particles from the eruption block light. In this way, eclipses become natural experiments, revealing how dust, smoke, and pollution shape the air we breathe. Now, let's talk about scale. The moon is nearly 400,000 kilometers away, yet the Earth's shadow is large enough to cover it completely. During totality, the moon doesn't disappear, it transforms. Sometimes it glows bright copper, other times deep maroon. No two eclipses are identical because Earth's atmosphere is never the same twice. On September 7th and 8th, we'll all be seeing the fingerprint of our planet's skies stamped onto the face of the moon. What makes this fun for stargazers is that it isn't an isolated event. The September eclipse is part of a repeating pattern known as the Saros cycle. Roughly every 18 years, the Earth, Sun, and Moon return to nearly the same alignment, producing a very similar eclipse. That means eclipses are connected across centuries. The one we see in 2025 is part of a cosmic family tree, stretching back into history and forward into the future. Now imagine the experience itself. You step outside. The night sky looks normal. Slowly, a dark bite appears on the moon's edge. The shadow grows until the moon is swallowed. And then, instead of fading into darkness, the moon begins to glow. Not bright, but softly, eerily. A lantern in the sky. For 82 minutes, the moon will look nothing like itself. And then, just as gradually, the shadow retreats, and our familiar silver companion returns. If clouds spoil your view, don't worry. Space agencies, observatories, and amateur astronomers will live stream the eclipse worldwide. With AI visuals and modern imaging, you'll be able to see it even more vividly than many ancient sky watchers ever could. But if the skies are clear where you live, nothing beats standing outside, looking up, and knowing that billions of others are sharing the same moment. And here is a little thought experiment. What if eclipses didn't happen just a few times a year, but every week? Would we get used to the blood-red moon? Or would it still feel magical? Part of what makes this September's eclipse so powerful is its rarity. Events that are rare demand our attention. They remind us that the universe has rhythms far bigger than our own daily routines. By the time the eclipse fades and the moon returns to its ordinary brilliance, you'll have witnessed something extraordinary. The dance of three celestial bodies, the Sun, Earth, and Moon, in perfect alignment. It's a cosmic ballet that has been repeating for billions of years, long before humans existed to watch it, and it will continue long after us. So remember the date, September 7th and 8th, 2025. Step outside, watch the silver moon transform into a glowing ember, and let yourself feel both the science and the wonder. And before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We'll keep bringing you the strange, the wonderful, and the extraordinary. Stories from our world and beyond that make you see the familiar in a whole new light.